Well, first we have to wait till we get people to come on. I think
Supernatural, metaphysical, paranormal. You know, all those things you've been wondering about? Are you ready to go deeper into the realms of the unknown? I hope you've got your walking shoes on, because life is an adventure, and this is the journey. Come on, let's go.
Welcome to the show, everyone. I'm Jen.
I'm Jenna.
I'm Tammy.
And together we are
The She Squatchers.
She Squatchers, yes.
And if you guys don't get here
felt
right
that
when we first start
miserably.
the show, you miss our dance.
That's right. There's already.
I am a he squatcher.
Oh yeah.
Yes, he is the He Squatcher.
Hi, Renee.
It's a good thing no one saw that because there was no
Oh, they
one.
saw. Renee saw. She saw it all.
Sorry, Renee. We're still working on the beginning of our show, by the way.
Yes, we are.
Not that you needed to know. You can see it.
Oh,
Well, welcome to the show.
yes, welcome.
Jenna, did you put yours on big screen?
I did this time. Now I can see our faces.
So I just got to say, we've got Jason Kenzie with us tonight.
Hey, everyone.
Jason Kenzie.
We're recreating our first meeting of Jason when we found
I'm quite famous. I get told this all the time by the voices in my head. What was that?
Oh, we heard you had
Who
those.
said that?
It was me.
So welcome to my show. Thank you for everyone coming. Today we have a special guest, which is the She Squatchers. So we got Jen, Jenna, Tammy, Chad. I have him stuffed in the corner over there.
There's no Chad.
Thank you for having us tonight. It's a great honor to be here with
Thanks
you.
for having us on our show.
Hello, Douglas. Thank you for coming. I've hijacked the show.
There's Paul.
Hi, Paul.
Hey, Paul. Oh, Paul and I go way back.
Hi,
Darla.
Darla.
We miss you.
Hello.
That's us men. We just give
Oh,
fist bumps.
Okay, fist bumps, fist bumps. So here, wherever we go, people are always asking us about Jason, and is he really, really like that, like he is on the Searching for Sasquatch shows? And if you don't know who Jason is already, let me tell you, Jason is the filmmaker that we've been working with for quite a few years now, and he has come out with the Searching for Sasquatch series, which you can find on Tubi. Right now, there are 11 of them?
15.
15
Yeah.
on there,
wow.
Yeah.
up on Tubi.
Yep, there's 15 on Tubi.
I'm
And there's-
so far behind.
There's 2 paranormal ones.
Yes.
And soon you guys will be also in one of the paranormal ones,
Ooh.
which was pretty exciting. It's called
Yeah.
Paranormal Adventures for anyone that wants to go search it.
Of
Perfect.
course we do.
Of course. We blackmail all you guys. Okay. Go watch.
We will watch it. We promise.
I will get to it eventually.
It's so funny too because people will message me, and the first thing out of their mouth will be, "Yeah, I saw one of your documentaries. Yeah, it was at the She Squatchers. I love the She Squatchers." For some reason, that's the one that really pops up when someone, if someone goes and searches my name online, the She Squatchers documentary comes up.
Nice.
Because that's the
Wow.
first, that's the first thing, and so it's quite interesting, and then I have to tell them, well, there's more than just that one.
I did
yeah,
more than
it's
one.
interesting. Yeah, you guys all live in different locations now.
We do.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Tammy, you live where?
Virginia Beach.
And Jenna.
I live in Montgomery, Texas. Hi,
Y'all.
Texas.
And
Y'all.
then lovely Jen, you live.
Moorhead, Minnesota. Whoop, whoop.
Is there snow there yet?
Yes.
Is there snow?
It started snowing yesterday, last night, and we had like significant amount of snow that needed shoveling this morning.
Oh.
We had a winter weather advisory until 6 p.m. It's now over.
Oh. Well, I'm in Vancouver,
torn.
Canada. For anyone that
Okay.
doesn't know, for anyone that cares,
We care.
I'm over here. Hello.
We care.
So we had a snowstorm. We had a snowstorm just yesterday. Like it was more of a hailstorm, and lots of wind, lots of trees were knocked over, and it just came barreling in and barreling out, just like that.
Just like that.
Just like that.
That's kind of what's
And
happening with us.
I missed it because I'm editing the newest documentary, and you know what I'm calling this one?
What?
The Night Terrors. No, wait, is that what I'm calling it? The Night. Let me just double check
Do
that.
you have one that's out like
There's
that?
so
already?
many. It's called it's called Terror in the Woods.
There you go.
That's what I'm calling
Oh.
There's
Yeah.
a TV show called that. There's
Yeah,
a TV show
But
called that.
mine's gonna be better because it's searching for Sasquatch. Terror in the
Okay.
Woods.
Okay.
And it's a shame because I'm about to launch like a poster that I made up, and it has only 2 Sasquatches in it. I'm sorry, Tammy, but you weren't there at the time of
Yeah, I
taking
mean,
the-
Jenna wasn't there for the other one, so it's okay.
But wait till you see it. I'm going to launch it in about a week or so. I worked
You
on
could
it.
shove your face in there.
What's that?
Take a Tammy head pick and shot it in there.
Put me up like on the moon, looking down on you in judgment.
I could, but
There
then
you go.
people want to see the documentary. They'd be like, "Oh my gosh, I can't wait to see this documentary. I want to see Tammy. What? Tammy's not in this one. That guy's a liar. He was on the poster. I don't see any Tammy.
That's why I'm the moon.
How am I
They
supposed
say,
to stalk
Wherever
Tammy?
you see the
If
moon,
Tammy's
that's
not
it.
in the show." That's what people are going to be saying. I swear.
So where did you film this one? Where was it?
It's the in Pennsylvania.
Well, that's ours. We're there.
Oh.
Yes,
was in
yes. But the
Pennsylvania.
thing is, Tammy had left. Remember, you left
Ah,
early.
Well, then
Then
you
we
can
did the
definitely
photo
put me as the moon, and
We
I
did a
am
photo
in the
shoot.
documentary.
I mean, I guess I could put your head looking over us.
Yes, I'm the
Right?
moon, and I'm looking at you
I could do
judgmentally.
that.
Judgmentally.
That's right.
I'll
I'll
tell
just
you
write
what
this
you're
down.
doing right.
Put Tammy's head above us. You'll be the moon. That's what you're gonna do.
That's what I just said.
So Paul
He must not have heard a thing he said.
Jansen, you do awesome job of your documentaries. I've seen a lot of them. Well, thank you, Paul. Who's this Jansen guy? I'm gonna kill him. He does better videos than I do. No, well,
Hi,
thank you so
Peggy.
much, Paul. That's nice of you to say.
Peggy said, "Hi everyone. I took a break, and there it went."
Oh,
Okay.
sorry.
Hi
Darla
everyone. I took a break.
misses the ladies, but not me.
Listen to you guys.
Thank you,
I've been
Darla.
basic for about a
Wanna
year,
make
and
a
I've been
note?
watching all of these and have
Blacklist
enjoyed them
Darla.
immensely.
Renee's in Oregon. I was just in Oregon. And Oregon was basically the first time that we experienced roars, like actual roars and allegedly Bigfoot communication in literally the middle of the day at 12 noon. Yeah. Like Chad
Oh.
Datemeyer was there, and he was out there and was with a couple people, and they got roared at, and it scared them so bad they jumped back into the truck and left. Well, I want to say that Chad was okay, but he couldn't stay up there alone, so he went back with them. But we camped out. We actually went camping in the area where they got roared at, and there wasn't really much that went on in the night. Something came and walked around, but it was probably something small. We were camping out literally 2 miles away from North America's largest forest fire. We could see the
Oh my.
smoke. Yeah, we could see the smoke. We couldn't smell it when we were camping because the wind had shifted. But all week, there was times where we couldn't see across the street because there was so much smoke. But in the morning, we heard a roar way in the distance. Like it was probably about a mile away. So it wasn't very close. But it's same thing. In the morning, it was light out. It was just, it was very rare. Like all the activity that we've had, we've always had them roar or howl or communicate at nighttime. Unless you guys have experienced it during the day.
Not a roar. I mean, we had sightings and interactions, but no roars.
Yeah, but did they howl during the day? No. No, not at all. So that was interesting. Anyway, that was Oregon.
Do you think
So
it's because of the fires?
what's that?
Do you think it was because of the fires?
Yeah, I think the fires definitely agitated them for sure and were choked. I'm surprised any of them were around, actually. Because it was, do you remember just in the summer, that giant forest fire?
Yeah.
That was in Oregon? Yeah, we were there. I was filming and I was speaking at the Sasquatch Summerfest conference that they had. That was fun. I'm going to go back there next summer. So that's going to be exciting. I'm going to be the main guest and the main speaker. We're going to play one of the searching for. In fact, the documentary I'm going to play is going to be. It's going to be all the footage and everything that I filmed last summer. I'm going to put it into a documentary. We're going to play it for the first time at Sasquatch Summerfest. So that's going to be pretty exciting. And so what do you guys think of your guys' documentary? Like, obviously you didn't see it until I launched it.
Right.
And so what was your first reaction?
My first reaction was, I was in awe, Jason. You made us look so nice and just wonderful. It was so beautiful the way you showed us, and you showed us the real people that we are. You didn't just, it was real. It was authentic. I love that. That's what everybody should be doing. Let's see people authentically being themselves. I thought it was wonderful.
Yeah. So what I did was I just typed, can you show the she squatchers as really nice people into AI, and it just did the whole thing.
Awesome.
AI is incredible, let me tell you.
There you go.
I have to get some.
Well, I gotta say, there's a question waiting there. Douglas wants to know. Sorry, I don't have my readers on, and I'm looking at a very small screen here. Douglas in P wants to know, where in PA, Pittsburgh side? We were in the Allegheny National Forest, so that's where we were, and I know that's huge.
Yeah, we were. I don't know exactly. Pittsburgh. I didn't even know Pittsburgh was in PA. But what I know. You know what I thought was really neat about Pennsylvania was the fact that we literally were walking along in the trail, and on one side it said New York City, New York State. Then the side that we were on the other side, was Pennsylvania. So I thought that was pretty cool. You know, I don't know if we should talk about all the activity that we had there. We could talk about the creature that stuck its head out from behind the tree. Remember, we ran towards it and then we went around the tree.
Tell us the story.
So here we are all standing there, and we're looking around, and my flashlight came around, and it's nighttime. Remember, it's what time do you think it was? 11 p.m. probably.
Oh,
anyway,
we'll
the
go
light
with that.
came around, and then there was this creature that was behind the tree. It stuck his head out, and the eye shined, and it was just as soon as my flashlight hit it, it ducked behind the tree, and right away I looked at, what was his name? The tracker's name. So we were with an army tracker, a tracker that was a tracker for the military, and he was a hunter, and he was out there, and we were pretty deep into in the wilderness. And I looked at his son. He brought his son out. His son was what, 8? 7, 8? He
I
looked
thought
at me.
more like 9.
His
Yeah,
name
and
was
he
Nick.
looked at me and he goes, yeah, 5. I was,
Nick.
after I burped him. No, anyway, I looked at the kid. I looked at the kid and I'm like, he looks at me, he goes, I saw it too. I'm like, oh my gosh. And then we run towards it. And then when we came around the tree, do you remember what was behind the tree? Was it kind of like a blur? Came around the tree and there was a little tiny little tree structure that was built just on the other side of the tree.
I don't remember this.
I don't remember this.
Were we
either.
there?
I wasn't there.
Was it us?
No, Tammy
Well,
wasn't
no.
there.
Tammy wasn't there.
Wait, did you guys leave already?
No, we were there with Nick, but I was on my solo hike, I think, and Jenna was there, but I think she was.
I don't remember.
I know Gwendolyn was there. Chad was there. Where were you guys? I thought you guys were there.
Jenna was there.
Jenna, were you with us? With Gwendolyn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't
Mhm.
remember when we came around the corner? Okay, for everyone watching, I filmed it. Okay, so I'm not just having like I'm going crazy. But
Mhm.
there was a little tree structure. It was tiny. It was about this big, and it was right behind the tree, and it would just look really odd. And that's when we heard it run off, and then we started, walking really fast in that direction, and that's when we saw the ball of light. Remember the red light that was moving in the forest?
I
Jenna,
remember that you guys came back and you were talking about the red ball.
Okay, so you guys didn't come. So anyway, there was a red light, and we were watching it, and it was moving along in the forest. And as I start running towards it, and I'm yelling out, "Excuse me, hello," because it looked like it was the size of a car a car tail light. That's what it kind of looked like. The only problem was we literally were nowhere near any road. The road that we came in on was behind us, probably about a quarter of a mile behind us. And I was running, yelling. Then all of a sudden it was just like, almost like my ADHD. I'm like, excuse me. And I'm jumping over a log. I'm like, excuse me, is there a footprint? I look down, there's a footprint, 14-inch footprint. So you guys weren't with us then. You must have stayed back.
I was doing my solo night hike.
Yeah.
Jenna was with you, but I think she was at the back of the line.
Probably. So anyway, we were like, we did measurements on the footprint. Totally just, we didn't we forgot about the red light because we were so focused on this footprint. And it was left by a one-legged Bigfoot because that's why we're going to there is a Bigfoot out there that was just hopping like no tomorrow.
One-legged, four-toed.
Just jumping, trying to get away from us humans. So anyway, after about 10 minutes of doing measurements and looking at it, I popped up. I'm like, oh yeah, what about the light? We turned around and the light was nowhere to be seen.
Obviously.
And that was it. So lucky for me, I was filming everything. So at least I don't nut like a nut job. Well, I still am a nut job, but
Yeah, I was gonna say we may have to change that comment.
No, so I know who exactly was there. Sherry stayed at the camp with the fire, right?
Yeah.
I went on my solo night hike. You, Jenna, Chad, Gwendolyn, and Nick with his 2 kids.
Yeah.
Went on that hike. Now Jenna remembers.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. We were at the rustic camping spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
And I was with the kids a lot of the time too because they were really cool and yeah. Okay.
Actually, yeah, it was actually really cool. And then obviously the big creature that walked out onto the railroad tracks, that was amazing. I mean, just to see, and here again, we have a very expensive thermal camera that only takes photographs. It doesn't do video.
I own one of those. Yes.
It's
They are
just
expensive.
ironic. And the big creature walked out. Lucky that Sherry had taken 3 photographs. And you clearly see there's nothing there. Then there's something there. And then you see it slowly moving out a frame and then it's gone. So that was pretty cool to see. Hello, She Squatchers. And Jason, hey, what's up
Somebody
there?
were asking if you're going to
Nolan
Alabama.
Thunder 72. I hope that's your age.
Are you coming to Alabama?
I'd like to come to Alabama, right? I wonder if Bigfoot out there has learned to play the ukulele out there.
Ding, 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 ding.
Actually, I'd like to come to Alabama.
We haven't gone to Alabama. We need to go there.
Yeah, we need
Yeah,
to come.
we would all love to go to Alabama and Oregon.
Oregon's amazing. You want to see some
I haven't
big
been there
trees?
yet. I want to go to the summit. What is it? Sasquatch Summit?
Sasquatch Summit.
Yeah, Sasquatch Summerfest.
Which cryptids are the most dangerous?
Yeah, the
I
only
haven't
thing
done
is
them all
she
yet. I
has-
can't answer that.
She has all her speakers already.
Ah,
Mm.
And besides, someone lives like as far away as possible in the United States, like literally on the other side.
Absolutely.
States. Like Tammy, you can't get any further. You are literally on the
I could be in
coast.
Key
And then,
West.
So Paul wants to know how many cryptids are there and which ones are the most dangerous.
well, there's 46 cryptids.
Are you guessing or do you know
Well,
that?
I'm trying to remember because I wrote a lot of them down.
I
And
don't think
wrote
they've
a
all
whole
been
bunch down. But
discovered
in,
yet.
in the United States, there's 14 cryptids in the United States, and like 4 or 5 of them walk upright. Right? The skunk ape, dogman, Bigfoot. I'm not even going to say Sasquatch because it's the same thing. Even Mothman stands up, right? Jersey Devil, right? So
I don't think we
there's
know all of the
there's
cryptids yet.
another one. I mean, when I look in the mirror sometimes in the morning after I get up, I kind of feel like I'm a cryptid. So okay, so Jason,
Cryptic.
yeah, Jason, the abominable Jason.
the abominable Jason.
The abominable Jason.
Let's call him Bumble.
Yes, the bumble Jason.
So Paul wants to know, Jen, what is it really like to do a solo hike at Randy's knowing Bigfoot could be watching you? Well, I can answer that. Scary as scary
We
as
all
hell.
did it. We all
Yeah.
walked around in the night out there.
We did.
They weren't always hikes.
Yeah.
Sometimes they were just going back up to the house or to the camper or whatever.
Yeah.
Everybody that's watching right now, I want you to write if you've heard the Minnesota howls, like the howls
The
from
roars.
Minnesota.
Roars.
Either yes or no. If there's one person that says no, we can play it.
I don't have them uploaded here.
No, but I do have it. I have it on my phone. I could just pull it up.
Okay. Okay.
You know, if
Just
I mean,
do it.
obviously, if everybody's heard it,
Just do it.
well, then
do
there's
it.
no point, right?
There will be other people that watch this later that will not have heard it. So you're playing it for them.
Entice the ladies to come to British Columbia or Alberta, please. Okay. Oh, guys. Oh, come.
Oh,
I'm enticing you. Come to Alberta. Not right now because it's getting cold there. Like really, it's Alberta is one of those places that has 2 seasons.
I know that it's
hot and cold. Right.
You know, I know it's cold because when we get a clipper, it's always called an Alberta clipper. And there was one time that there was a clipper coming from somewhere else and it was called some other thing clipper. And I was like, wait a minute, there's other things other than Alberta. I thought all clippers were called Alberta because that's what comes here.
No. Yeah, anytime that it gets cold in Alberta, the wind chill comes down and it makes you guys cold.
Mhm. Thank you.
So
Yes.
Prospecting USA Hunting America's Treasure. Is that real? Because that's pretty sick, dude. He says no. He hasn't heard it. Are you sure you haven't heard it?
I want to hear about this treasure. What?
USA Hunting America's Treasure. I'll come hunt with you for
That's
treasure.
his name.
Yeah.
Listen, that's
What's
his
that?
name. That's
I
his
know
name.
that's his name, but
Hunting
obviously there's a
America's
reason why he has that name.
Okay.
Oh, I want to go hunting for treasure.
Okay, just a sec. Let me find this.
So what about using red lights to not scare away the big guys? You know, Randy's property in Minnesota that he doesn't like people to use white lights on his property. So we were using mostly red lights. And to be fair, I'm going to say the first time that I went out there with red lights with Randy, it was just Jenna and I, and we were walking on the state land, and it was dark, and I thought I was shining light on some reflectors up ahead, but then the reflectors started to move,
Yeah.
and they were red, and here they were deer, but deer don't have red eye shine, but it was red eye shine because I was using a red flashlight. And they were completely unbothered by it. They just kept on doing what they were doing. They didn't get spooked at all. We kept walking towards them. They weren't, I was flashing the light at them a lot of the time, and they weren't spooked by it at all. So I totally believe that the red lights are less disruptive to the creatures.
Yeah, probably. I wouldn't be surprised. Let me play the small one.
Okay.
And no, that isn't me snoring. Okay.
It's
So that was
close.
captured in the area of Minnesota where we were investigating. And what did the First Nations, Vicky? Was it Vicky?
Yes.
What
Yes.
did Vicky say about the roars?
I don't remember what she said about the roars.
She probably said the same thing as what we all said. Terrifying.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember what she said when you played that audio clip for her from Michigan. I remember that very
Yeah.
clearly.
So for everyone that hasn't heard the story yet, one of my very first expeditions with the She Squatchers, in fact, with the whole crew, was in the UP of Michigan. And while we were up there, we found this giant tree X, like massive, like 20 feet tall, probably like this, I don't know, like 3 feet in diameter or 2.5 feet in diameter, and massive. And then there was another log that was on top of it that was balancing. And so I turned to everyone and said, hey, I'm going to sleep under this with a hammock tent. And so that night, while I was sleeping, there was this something walked up. I could hear it crack. It was the crack woke me up, and I'm listening to it walk, and it was crunch, crunch, crunch. And it walked right up to me about, I want to say 10 feet. I didn't really jump out of the tent to measure it with my measuring tape, but I'm saying probably about 10 feet. And it grunted in my ear. And it was like it was mad. And then it turned, and then it walked out. I started shaking uncontrollably and thinking it was going to, whatever it was going to attack me. And it turned and it walked off into the forest. And it was funny because it was a crack, 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 and nothing. And at the same time as this was happening, across the way, probably about, I don't know, 100 yards from us, from where I was, there was some talking that was caught on audio. So it was like, whoop, whoop, whoop. So we took that audio of the talking to Vicky, which is a first, a Red Lake elder, right?
Yep.
She's
Red
an
Lake
elder?
Nation. Yep.
Yeah, and not only did she speak the Jebway,
Yeah.
Jebway, she actually taught it. And so we showed her the audio of the talking, and we didn't tell her what was happening at the same time as the talking. We just stuck it in her face and said, "Listen to this. What did it say? And what did she say? It was saying."
Well, she said "hoa," which is surprise. It's a surprised expression, "hoa," and then and then she repeated what it said, and I said, "Well, what does it mean?" And she said, "Get out of here."
Yeah, she said. Yeah, she said it was annoyed that I was there,
Mm-hmm.
and it was basically telling me to leave. And
Yep.
I was like, and then I look at Jen, and Jen looks at me, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And then we told her what I was doing at the same time as this was happening. And yeah, it was scary. And yeah, so I captured a lot of that on camera. That's number 3 and 4, in case anyone wants to look for it. So everyone just left. They're all going to go watch it. Thanks, guys. Like you see everyone like they're all gone.
Hi,
Where
Thomas.
are you guys seeing that?
What?
Yeah, you can see how many people are on it.
Oh, he was kidding, Gemma. Nobody just left.
No, no one left.
Hi,
I'm
Robert.
just kidding. Yeah, no,
Hello, Robert.
yeah. There's a lot of people. There's like 1, 2, 3. Okay, so anyway, we were just kidding. There's more than 3. Right? 13. Oh look, Darla Sampson. She misses me. Yeah, it says miss you.
Jason, you have a question. Has Jason only done research in Michigan's up or in the lower Pennsylvania also?
Peninsula.
Uh-huh.
Have you only done
say
investigating in the UP, or have you done in the lower peninsula as well?
Yes, UP.
I'm embarrassed, but just I read what I
Yeah,
see.
I've been to the up Michigan, and I've been down Michigan too.
I thought it looked funny. It sounded funny. Sorry, Jason, I missed everything you just said.
No, it's okay. It's
We
okay.
were just in Michigan. We were just in Michigan.
When I was in Michigan, I was filming side Michigan and left side Michigan. Actually, not far from what's that main little
Middle
town?
Michigan?
No, little city. That little town.
Was it up?
We were
No.
we were near Lake Michigan. We're on that side of Michigan.
Yeah, so I've been to northern Michigan. In fact, I just got back from there, northern Michigan, and there was crazy stuff that happened there. Crazy. We met a couple hunters, Laura and Matt, and they were amazing on camera. They were amazing just going. They took us out to this area, and so they like to hunt. They like to call in the coyotes. So they like coyote hunting, and they would go. We must have drove almost 45 minutes, into the first. We drove into the forest, and then we drove down this dirt road for a good 45 minutes till we got to the very end. It dead ended, and they said last time they were there was probably a month and a half prior, and when they were there at nighttime trying to call in some coyotes, something bluff charged them from the forest and yelled at them, and it scared them so bad they jumped in their truck, almost leaving their equipment there because they were so scared. They drove off and they hadn't gone back. So when they met myself and met Dominique, they felt like, okay, we're going to take these guys to this area. And so we drove and we got out right away. As soon as I got out, something, and I want to say it was like 1 a.m. when we got there. As soon as I got out, something like ran into the forest, like something was running. And I ran into the forest just to get a better look. And obviously, it was gone. But then we started down this 2-track. And so there was a gate. So no vehicles can go down there. But there was a 2-track, and we were hiking down the track. And I love going off the trail. So we decided to go off the trail and go right into the forest. And we were walking around in the forest, and we started seeing all these eye shine, these creatures looking from behind the trees. And we heard some howls. After I did a howl, we heard some howls, and we saw the weirdest tree structures. And then we turned around and we walked, and then David was in front of us, and something grunted at him in the forest and then ran off. But we could clearly see eye shine of creatures looking at us from behind trees. And then we found what I call a spider web like a spider web tree structure, very similar to what we found in Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're looking at, there was two of them. There was one there, and then behind it was another one. And after about 10 minutes of just filming it, Laura was getting a little very nervous with all the eye shine and the creatures that were coming close. And I said, okay, let's go. And as I turned, I almost tripped. And I looked down, and what I saw was something I've never seen in the Bigfoot, doing these Bigfoot research. And there was logs, like there were logs probably about, I want to say 4 feet long, maybe that thick. And they were laid out very similar to runes, almost like runes. And it was clearly laid out. And when we saw it, we were like, oh my gosh. And we had got kind of turned around in the forest because we were walking around looking at some of the tree structures, that we were completely off the beaten path. So if someone had made it, like a human, if they were trying to hoax, they, where it wasn't somewhere a human would really just go. Like they would be like hoping that someone would stumble on it. And it was really neat to see. And so I'm filming the whole thing, and all of a sudden we heard a crack in the forest, and then Laura was done. And so Matt, and so we walked back, and even though Laura was so scared, she was so good at tracking. She's like, I know exactly how to get out of here. And we walked for probably about 10 minutes, and she got us right back onto the two track. And then as we're walking down the two track, David was in front of us about 20 feet, and he was looking off that direction. And all of a sudden, 15 feet, 20 feet in front of him, this black shadow, this black thing stuck its head out. It was low to the ground, stuck its head out. And because my light was kind of on it, the eye shine stuck out. It was almost like headlights. Like it just stuck its head out. As soon as my light hit it, it jerked back. And I panicked, and I said, David, stop moving. Stop fucking moving right now. Just for the love of God, please. Don't even question it. Back up. And he did. He just didn't question it. He backed up. I said, holy cow. Then we heard it run off, like crashing through the forest. And so my video camera was filming over there and not there, where it should have been, right? Because I was filming over there as my light came across, and then as soon as my light hit it, it ducked back underneath. But man, it was, and then Laura saw it. And so we stopped moving. So Laura and Matt thought that maybe it was a cat, like a cougar. But the thing is, we were making so much noise, the chances of a cougar even coming close to a group of humans is almost unheard of. If it was a cat, right? If it was only one or maybe even two, maybe a cat. But I don't know. I know my animals. I know cougars, they usually stay away from human voices. So anyway, that was, that was a long answer, by the way. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. Okay, I'm tired. Good night, everybody.
Yeah, I'm done.
No, that was a great answer, Jason. I liked listening. I enjoy hearing your story.
But the question was, do I brush my teeth at night? Yes.
That's not true. That's not always true.
No, you're right.
He doesn't always brush his teeth.
Or wash his feet. Or wash his feet.
Ew. While we're talking about this, Dan said that you were in Iron, Michigan.
What's that?
Dan said you were in Iron, Michigan, is where you were.
That's right. Iron, Michigan. That was amazing. Everyone there was super cool. That's where we first time ever finding a nest. So that was cool. The Bigfoot nest, seeing a Bigfoot nest, and that was incredible. I mean, I've always wanted to see like a nest, and it literally looked like a giant bird nest.
I've seen the
7
pictures.
feet in diameter.
Looks like a
3
big
feet.
eagle's nest.
Yeah, 3 feet. No. An eagle's nest is not that big.
I said
Like
a
an
big
eagle's nest is probably about, I want to say 3 feet at least. What?
Oh, at least 3 feet.
At least 3
that
feet.
thing.
I
Thing was yeah.
I don't even think for 1 second that I've climbed up to an eagle's nest to get a better look at it, one, and get attacked by an eagle. Do not even think for 1 second that I've done that.
Oh, we don't.
You record it.
Done that. Yes, I've done that. And those eagles, yeah, when they come after you, they come after you for sure. These are my younger years when I was, like when I was younger, yeah, for sure. Like
So
2 weeks ago. It was 2 weeks ago. I was still younger. So, how tall do you think Jason Kenzie is? 4'11". I can barely see over a fire hydrant.
I was waiting for you.
Never be a fireman.
It was about 9 inches to a foot, I'd say,
No,
up high.
it was probably it was 2 feet high.
Not from the bottom to the top.
Yes,
The
when you see the pictures.
I have pictures.
Yeah, when you see the picture.
I didn't realize it was.
I have a picture of me sitting there. It's about 2 feet.
Yeah,
probably about like that big, maybe 1.5 feet. Okay, we'll go halfway. It was about 4.5 feet, maybe 2 feet thick.
Yeah,
easily. And what was interesting is, and yes, Jenna can verify this. The sticks looked like they were manipulated to be bent. To warp, to go around, right? Like it was. I'm almost believing that these Bigfoot creatures have an ability of being able to manipulate like branches, trees, to be able to bend them.
All you have to do is soak them in water and they bend.
Well, yeah, but actually, yeah, you're right, because there was a river down below.
You soak them in water and they bend, and then when they dry, they'll be in that shape.
Wait. But the key word you just said was when they dry.
They will stay in that shape.
Yes, I know, but you have to. So what? You can bend it.
Bend them while they're wet.
And they stay.
And then when they dry, see, they wove them in together.
Yeah.
To keep them there.
Yeah, it was amazing.
But now, if you took the nest apart, they would stay rounded because of the fact that they're dry now.
So often we find large trees that were pushed over. Well, not pushed over, but bend over.
Yeah, but those were live trees when they were pushed over.
Yeah.
So they're
some of these sticks were live still. Like they were still, they weren't dead.
Live wood bends. Dead wood bends.
It wasn't deadwood. No, it was. There were a lot of them were still alive, for sure.
All I know is when we first saw it, I went, yeah, right. And then all of a sudden it clicked, and I had just seen on a science show, I don't know what I watched, but there was a bird making its nest, and it was exactly how the bird, it's like, I can't even tell you because I'm bad at explaining, but it was manipulated into a way that it was perfect and perfectly round.
I mean,
it wasn't.
To be honest, I just read a report that in the area that we were investigating, there have been reports of giant, like firebirds, like these giant birds that had 30-foot wingspans.
What did I say when we first got there? I was like, it looks like a thunderbird.
Because I didn't think of it. The only thing is there was trees covering everything. Like if there was a giant bird, it would have to like weave its way through the canopy of the trees. It wasn't like a big open area. It was all covered. Right? So, and besides, they would usually build it up high. No bird really builds a nest on the ground, really, except for like ducks and geese and burrowing owls. But really, other than that, most birds, that's why they build them up in trees, because it's for protection. Right? But remember, as we were walking towards it, before we even saw the nest, we got that blood-curdling scream, that weird sound that came out of the forest right before we got to the nest. So that was really cool.
was
Then while
probably
we're sitting in the
warming.
nest, we heard that blood curdling yell again.
Yep, they're probably like, get the babies out of there. They're coming.
Yeah, exactly, or something.
Oh,
Right?
I would like to answer that question. Douglas Kaufman says, everyone, how has cryptids changed your reality view? We were just having a conversation the other night about possible cryptids to look for, and I mentioned unicorns, and Jason's like, there's no such thing as unicorns. I'm like, you believe in Bigfoot, don't you? How is it so far away from the truth? So I believe in everything now. I believe all of it. I believe it all has a basis in truth.
I don't know. I mean,
I have to say quick, because I'm trying to be quick. I have to say it's changed my life in the fact that I am now giving stories somewhat of a believability anymore, instead of when you hear a story and you automatically think, no, it doesn't fit in your brain.
Mhm.
I don't do that anymore. I'm literally saying, hey, I've seen some things. So what they're saying,
Absolutely.
I'm going to take as they're saying the truth.
Yeah. And you know what? Exactly the same for me. Remember, I was a 20% believer at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm up to 50%. I need that daytime sighting. Right. And
Jason, you're so annoying.
What?
You're so annoying, Jason. That's like Jenna when we were finding all that evidence, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm just not sure." And I'm like, "Jenna, that's so annoying."
It has to click. It has to click.
I need to physically see one in the day.
But we did at Randy's. You didn't.
Listen, I want to be. It's very important that there's no way I can say what if. If I can say maybe within the whatever happens to me, if there is a possibility of me saying, well, maybe it could be, then I can't be 100%. So all the eye shine, the screams, the howls,
the spider crawl,
the structures,
maybe
the spider
someone
crawl,
stubbed their toe.
The spider crawl.
The spider crawl, that was terrifying, yes. But still, in my head, I'm still thinking, fuck, I don't know, that was weird. That was crazy. But
that was something.
I need that daytime sighting. That's what I need. So
yeah,
I need to be able to run after it to make sure it's not a human in a suit. Right.
Well, and plus seeing that eye to eye would be so incredible. That's what I want too. I believe, but I haven't gotten to see a physical being right up close to my face.
And let's hope I'm
close
wearing
enough to see
on that moment that I walked out of the forest during the day.
Hi, Sherry. Well, I have had daytime sightings. I have had a face-to-face encounter.
Were you wearing
not had
Depends
a
when you saw it?
daytime face-to-face encounter yet. I want to be as close as I was to the one on the railroad tracks in the daytime, face-to-face, looking at each other. I think that'll be a whole other level.
Well, what was freaky about the eye shine that we saw on the train tracks, how we're sitting there looking at it, and then it just closed its eyes in front of all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Like here we are standing there looking at, remember, Jen? We were all standing there looking at the eye shine and just looking at it. And at first we heard the crack in the forest. And I'm filming it for it felt like forever, but it was probably like 4 minutes standing there. And then suddenly you could see it kind of fade out. And then as soon as we walked up to that area, it was gone. Like when Gwendolyn walked up, and I'm like, oh, good, Bigfoot bait. Go ahead, Gwendolyn.
Oh,
come on.
thanks.
I got it rolling. I need to make some money on fail.com. I was thinking in my head, writing up the memorial. She was such a nice girl, too. I'm going to miss that, Gwendolyn.
For me, the large stick structure teepees are hard evidence. See, the more that I see the stick structures, the tree bends, all that stuff, now I'm just like, there's so much of it everywhere. Is it really Bigfoot? Is that really Bigfoot? For me, it's like, show me the upside down trees, that are huge, that no human can pick up with their hands and flip upside down. Then I'm like more apt to believe it. But the rest of it, I'm just like, there's stick structures everywhere. There's X's everywhere in the woods. Yeah, I've gotten to a point where I don't even think that that's even Bigfoot anymore.
Yeah, we need more.
When we were out at Randy's and we went to that other property, that neighbor's property, then when we went back there and we started following, just you and I were walking and following that energy feeling.
Mhm.
And then we ended up back in the woods somewhere, and we found that little teepee structure back there that was very intricate.
Yeah,
And
there's a little tiny one, like maybe
Yeah.
the little people made it.
yeah, I mean, it was
Mhm.
little, but I mean, it was definitely put together. It wasn't something that fell
Was
in.
it like 4 feet tall? Like
It
4
was
feet, 3 feet?
like 3, maybe
Yeah.
2.5, 3. But I mean, it was very intricately built. And this was way off a trail. I mean, we were literally just following an energy feeling.
Yeah, that was wild.
Yeah.
Now, was that when I was there?
No, you weren't
Yeah.
with us. You were out there.
You were there.
Yeah, you guys went out by yourselves with
Randy.
Randy. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then when we went up there, we found that one tree structure that was freshly made. And as well, it wasn't freshly made, but it was a structure that Randy hadn't seen. And as we walked up to it, there was this giant football wasp nest just right there. And then
Yeah, but you know, think about how many days we were there and how many days we had walked all of those trails and we never saw that before. They had to have made it while we were
yeah,
there.
but here's the thing: like the wasp nest doesn't take 24 hours to build. To make one that big, it would take
That
wasps
spiderweb one.
at least. Oh, the spider web. So Randy went back, like after I came back to Canada.
Yes.
He called me up and asked me where was that spider web tree structure, and I
And he couldn't
explained
find
it to
could
him.
he?
Where to go, and he called me back like, I can't find it. And then he said, well, just walk down the trail about 40 feet. It's off to the right. And the next thing you know, he texts me and says, yeah, it's destroyed. It's on the ground.
Oh. So were they mad that we found it,
I have
or
no idea.
did
I
they
did
only
ask
make
him to
it
take
for
pictures
us
and
to
send them to
see?
me.
And they're like, okay, we're done with this. Jason, leave the camera behind. Jason can't do that. It's in his blood. Leave the camera behind for the
Yeah.
sighting just one time. No,
Yeah,
because
no.
that's when he'll get the most epic evidence, and he'll have no evidence
I'll
of
have
it.
no evidence or nothing.
Yeah.
And then and for the rest of the time, I'm going to say, well, and then people are going to be like, oh, yeah, that one time that you didn't bring the camera and
Yep.
you saw one. Oh, yeah, yeah.
That's when
I
stuff
swear to
happens.
God, that's what would happen for
Yeah,
sure.
you're right. You're right, Douglas, because that's when stuff happens, is when you don't have your camera going. That's when it happens. But yeah.
Well,
That would be
you know what?
horrible.
Maybe one of these nights we'll do that. But man, I mean, if they came out and we saw it, it would be like a regret for me not bringing my camera. Like I would just
Oh.
the rest of the whole time,
Mm-hmm.
I'd be kicking myself.
You'd be
even though,
sick.
Yep.
yeah, like I just know, and I know people watching this will probably be thinking, don't be so self-centered, or don't be selfish, or don't whatever, but we're human, right? I'm only human, and I would have that feeling. But you know what? Maybe Douglas is right. Maybe one day, one of these times that we go out, I'll do that. I won't bring the video camera. We'll just go out and we'll just see what happens.
He sent me one. He sent me a picture. The issue that I have with this is because I can see that it's cut. I don't know if can you guys see on my phone? Let me see.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit. Oh yeah, it's totally cut.
It's cut.
Yeah.
So
That's
I
man-made cut.
can't believe that because that's been cut. So
yeah.
It's too bad I can't send a picture through this. But what I'll do is I'll send one to Jen, and Jen can show it. I'm going to do the spider web, the red one.
I don't even
Thank
know
you for
how to do
sharing.
that yet, Jason.
Jenna.
Sorry,
not a
I
mirror.
saw it on my face.
I'm still learning how to use this platform. I don't know how to share pictures yet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well,
wait,
I'm like,
what was I
Jenna,
doing?
not a mirror because you're like.
Wait, are you
Well,
using
no,
your,
I was. There's
are
a
you using
huge.
your phone?
What?
Jen?
I've got my phone.
Oh, but are you on your phone?
No, I'm on my laptop. But I'm running StreamYard, so I've got all the buttons and everything.
Oh, okay. So you can't show it on your phone like Tammy did?
Oh, yeah, I could do that.
Okay.
Send it away, Jason.
Yeah, I'm just looking for it.
Send it away.
I have it because I just
Take me
recently.
away.
I'm just looking for it.
Jenna's going
We've
nuts.
had so many.
It's right here.
Oh, you have it?
Yeah, I was just looking for it because Greg had
There it
shared
is.
something.
Yeah, that's the spiderweb one.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, yeah, there you go. If you hold it up closer to the
It
screen.
cuts out.
There we
Look at
go.
the background.
So
There you
that's what I call the spider web.
go. That was
she's-
amazing.
So yeah, that's what we found in Minnesota. So it's interesting how we find very similar things.
So Greg had posted a picture of one that looked very similar to that. So that I went and found it and I shared it under the comments and I tagged you in it.
Did you just now?
No, it was the other day. I tagged
Oh.
you in it, and then you didn't share the picture, so I went looking for it, and then I shared the picture.
Oh, did you? Oh yes, that's right. Okay, I
Yeah.
saw that.
Yeah.
So let's
Yes.
see. Let's see. So let's see. Prospecting USA, hunting America's treasure. Here's a question. It's wow. God, I failed school. So that doesn't sound like the ones I've heard. Yeah, with the roar. Yeah, the roar is unique and pretty amazing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it is. And that was just the first one. The other ones, I like the other recording better, where there's a whole bunch of them coming.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
Then
I
there-
did feel that one.
Yeah, let's
You guys
play
want
that
to hear another one? There's about 4 of them, 4 or 5 of them, and they're all going completely crazy. So
Let's play that one.
we'll play this one. Is it clear? Here it comes. It does sound angry or scared.
Is Bigfoot in the studio?
Can you imagine being in the forest and that comes out of the darkness?
Yep.
That may be a pants changer.
A pants
Pretty
changer.
Yes.
Females fighting over female. Well, my joke was it was giving birth. And as soon as it gave
Sounded
birth,
very
everyone
angry to me.
cheered.
We don't really know other than what it feels like. It feels like there was something traumatizing going on. Like there.
Mhm.
You know, maybe it got kicked out. Maybe it got kicked out of the clan.
Yeah.
I
There-
just think it's more males, just males being males. I'm the best. I'm the best. I mean, not saying that every male is thinking they're the best. You're all the
exactly what
best.
you're thinking.
I
Right?
am definitely the best. Duh.
Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty intense. And Jen had it analyzed, and the primatologist actually said that there was a sound. Wasn't there a lady that heard it, and there was like a hoo 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 hoo?
Oh, so no, I was talking to Mike Miller from Ohio Night Suckers, and he had his analyzed, and there was the ooh 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 in there, and there's ooh 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 at the end of that one.
And that
And
one, yeah.
Only primates can make the ooh 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 sound. So Brown Dwarf is asking what audio recorder was used for that. So that was recorded on the back porch of somebody's house, and literally the forest is right up on that porch. Like there's no backyard at all. and it was an elderly man who was living out there alone, and he was afraid to tell anybody what was going on back there. He used one of those old recorders,
Like a 1986
or
tape
70
recorder.
something, where
Yeah.
cassette recorder, where you have to push the two buttons to record,
Yeah,
and he just
1986 voice recorder.
Yeah.
Everyone knows what that is. Yeah.
So he just left it out there and press record, and that's what he captured. And then he was scared to tell anybody because he really thought they'd put him in a nursing home, thinking he was crazy.
Yeah.
So he only told one person, who was an elder from the reservation, thinking he was Native American, so maybe he'd be open to it. And he actually helped him to move the audio onto a digital format so he could share it with me. And and he was trying to get him to let us come out there. And I know exactly where it was recorded. I have the GPS coordinates and all that. The man died.
Like a year and a half ago.
Yeah, he
like
died. And so we got as close as we could to there to do our investigation. And we filmed that. That's Searching for Sasquatch 10, the Minnesota Roars, which you can watch on Tubi. So you can learn all about that on Tubi.
Yeah.
Like all of Jason's shows are on Tubi. So Searching for Sasquatch, there's 15 of them now on there that you can watch, plus Paranormal Adventures 2 and 3. And there's a whole bunch more coming because you spent the whole summer filming. We were with you for a month.
Yeah.
You know, broke up into 2 sections like we normally do.
There's 5. There's 5. There's 4 Bigfoot documentaries being edited now. And there's 2 paranormal ones. In fact, I might combine the paranormal ones into one, because it was actually pretty, unless there's enough footage to do 2. But it was pretty some amazing stuff with the paranormal stuff. And that's the thing. We're going to be getting into more other cryptids, not just Bigfoot.
Yes.
And for everyone out there, the Sasquatchers used to do paranormal investigations before they did Bigfoot. So, we're in good hands if I do any paranormal stuff, right?
Absolutely.
I have good running feet, so you're in good running feet with me for sure. As I outrun you, please, I'll try my best.
What's this?
The end of the show, guys.
I'll have to say bye.
Thanks for
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone. Thank you for coming, and watch my shows on Tubi.
Yes. Sasquatch.
Just Google my name, Jason Kenzie.
My name?
My name is Jason Kenzie.
And you know what? We have some really fun things planned for next year. Just saying, that's all you get to know.
Yeah.
Yep.
But really epic adventures are coming your way.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we're excited. So thanks for Jason for coming in, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for watching.